Heyo, it's December 15th, 2022. I'm at Saguaro National Park in Arizona. I'm going up into the Rincon Mountains, starting with Tanque Verde Ridge Trail right here. Tonight's camp is going to be at Juniper Basin, and eventually I'm going to make my way up into the snowy high country. Let's get hiking. So tonight's camp is Juniper Basin. I've camped there before. It's a beautiful site. It's going to be pretty cold, like winter conditions. I'm expecting highs in the 50s and lows down into the 20s and maybe even into the teens. I know it doesn't look like that kind of conditions out here right now. That's because we're starting down at, I think, about 3,100 feet elevation, and the high point at Manning Camp is about 8,000 feet elevation. That is the Santa Catalina Mountains, and the highest part covered in snow is Mount Lemmon. This is just up, 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 right out the gate. This is our first view of a snowy Rincon Peak. Okay, I'm a little bit above 4,000 feet now, I think. Here's Tucson. It's a little bit smoggy today. I think it's just because it's winter. And you can kind of see Mount Wrightson out there as well. We'll have better views of all these mountains higher up pretty soon. This here is Nakatillo, and they look really interesting at different times of year. Right now it's kind of dormant, but this will be green and flowery in like the springtime. A tiny bit of snow We're only at about 4,500 feet elevation. But I think it's just because this spot is usually in shadow. I'm not really seeing much of any snow yet. There was a big snowstorm that brought the snow level down to about 5,000 feet about 4 days ago out here. Part of why I did this trip was to ensure that there would be water out here. That said, I was still carrying about 4 liters of water on my back, just in case, because a lot of times Saguaro National Park is completely dry except for the spring up in Manning Camp. Nice. All right. The Rincon Peak over there. And then I think I'm going up this way. Whew, it's a lot of climbing. As you can probably tell, I'm a little tired out already. I'm only 3 miles in. Climbed probably, if I had to guess, about 1,500 feet. Still got another 1,700 feet-ish to climb. And a little icy through here. Man, what a gorgeous day out here. The snow just makes the desert pop. It's like an interesting dichotomy of these manzanitas that are so green and vibrant, combined with this bright white snow. It's a really unique look to me. Okay, finally see the area where Juniper Basin is. It's kind of out that way. That's where I'm camping. I think that's the creek that I'm gonna be pulling water from tonight. And I actually hear it flowing. It looks like it's about a mile away. You probably can't hear it on camera, but I can definitely hear it flowing. By the way, this is the first pine that I'm hiking next to. Sounds like we got some crunchy boys. Well, it looks like we won't have any problems with water. Already seeing snow melt. I doubt this thing ever flows. Hardly ever. Seeing snow-covered desert plants is probably one of the most beautiful things that I can think of to show on camera. Interesting windy trail. Oh yeah, snow's getting deep. Uh-oh. More crunchy boys. Nah, I'm just joshing with you. It's not really been that bad so far. There is only just one extended period of like maybe 100 feet, maybe 200 feet of an extended snowdrift. And gosh, it couldn't have been more than 6 inches deep. So cat's claw in the desert in the snow is one of the weirdest things I've ever filmed. There is cat's claw in Saguaro. It's the Sonoran Desert after all. Who knew? I am amazed. Let's go check this out. I'm so close to Juniper Basin. I'm like probably half a mile or less. But I just thought this was just gorgeous out here. Okay, I'm pretty sure Juniper Basin Campground is just over the rise behind these rocks here. Just like a total winter wonderland out here. Again with desert plants. Definitely fire burn. Fire burn and snow. Okay, we are just about camping. You can probably hear the creek. We have made it. Juniper Basin Campground. I'm going to be crossing this little creek over here. My foot went in the creek. I got cold, wet shoes now. They're not waterproof. Oops. This is site 1. I might have to clear it off. I don't feel like camping on snow. You'll notice that there are bear lockers over here, which you're required to use in Saguaro. I don't normally camp this close to a bear locker. If there is one, I'd usually like go a ways, but in this case, the snow was the thinnest over by this tree, and it was pretty flat over here. So, this trip is a little more snowy than I predicted, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go up Cow's Head Saddle tomorrow. It's getting pretty cold and it's already getting pretty dark, so I'm gonna call this the end of day 1. See you tomorrow. Morning, it's day 2. It feels as cold as it looks out here. Last night felt like it took just forever and ever. But I'm probably gonna be getting on the trail here like pretty late, probably like 11 a.m. because I'm having a lot of issues with keeping my camera batteries alive, mainly because of the cold. So trying to get them charged up, and also waiting for the day to warm up a little bit because I think the high temp today during hiking is probably gonna be in the 30s. So it's going to be just cold all day, and I'm probably going to be trudging through snow a lot of the day. Anyway, I got to get ready and finish this delicious chicken ramen before getting on the trail. Without shoe prints, I would probably be kind of lost. There are a few orange blazes though, so that's probably what they're for, is to find the trail when it's snowy. I'm happy to report that the neoprene socks work great. They're keeping my feet really warm, despite me post holing in about 6 to 7 inch snow. So normally it would be a lot colder and wetter, and it just feels like my feet are dry in these wet, freezing trail runners. I believe this rock that I keep walking on is called Catalina gneiss, or gneiss. It's G-N-E-I-S-S. I don't know how you pronounce that mineral name, but that's what this is. And there's a lot of it in this part of Arizona, and it's really nice to walk on. It's very grippy. All right, we're heading this way. That distant mountain out there is Rincon Peak. Super cool. Wow. It kind of looks like Coconino sandstone, but I think it's actually the Catalina gneiss, the same rock that we've been kind of hiking on for a while now. Might not come across on camera, but this is really, really steep. So I'm pretty much on top of Tanque Verde Peak area. I think that's it out there. But I stepped off trail kind of to take in this mind-blowing view. Okay, this is the same view zoomed all the way out. Here's the way ahead. And you can see now where we're going. So you should be able to see there's kind of a ridge line running down here, and that connects to Cowhead Saddle. Them's the Santa Catalina Mountains and Mount Lemmon. Micah Mountain and Manning Camp. Okay, zooming all the way out again. This is the trail ahead, and that right there is Rincon Peak, I think. And we're heading out this direction towards Micah Mountain. Manning Camp is kind of in that low spot, kind of in there, I believe. A little bit below Micah Mountain. And all this out here is the Gailudos Wilderness, which if you go back to March 2022, you'll remember that I did a video where we bailed out from hiking over there. I'd like to return there someday. Okay, I've reached Cowhead Saddle, so I'm gonna be heading down a couple miles to Douglas Springs Campground. So what I'm gonna do is go down this way towards Douglas Spring. Down there, I've camped down there before, and that's just a couple miles down, I think. Out there is Reddington Pass and the Gailudos in the distance. Okay, got a pretty interesting view out to the kind of the northeast away from Saguaro National Park. This out here is Reddington Pass, and that's one way you can get out to the Gailudos Mountains, and I think it's the San Pedro River Valley, I don't know. But these mountains that are in the far distance, those are the Gailudos. And if I'm not mistaken, that little peak sticking up way back there is Bassett Peak. This is the water at Douglas Springs. This is where I'll be pulling water from tonight. All right, I am here. I'm gonna try to find a campsite. Somewhere in here. Alrighty, I have found a campsite. Surprising amount of snow over here. I do have company. There's a gentleman camping out down the way, so I have to keep my voice down. So I won't be talking a ton at camp. But yeah, time to make camp and eat some food. Okay, as you can probably tell, it's getting really, really cold out here. I think it's gonna drop down to about 20 tonight. So I'm gonna tuck her in for the night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So this morning I'm having actually what I meant to have as one of my dinners, but this is one of my favorites. So that's what I'm making. It's cold. Yeah, this is a COVID mask. I'm using it as a ultralight balaclava. Ooh, it's fogging up. Thought I'd talk briefly about my winter insulation. So you can see I have a down jacket on. I have 3 layers underneath this. I have a micro fleece, a sun shirt, and then a t-shirt on. I have 2 pairs of pants currently. So I have my hiking pants on, and then I have these Apex insulated pants. And then I have smart wool, like thick wool socks, and I have these Apex kind of fake or like synth down booties from, and these are both from Enlightened Equipment. You see my shoes are just these regular non-waterproof Topo Athletic trail runners, and I've put bread bags in them. What the bread bags are for is for when they get cold and wet, and I want to keep my socks dry, and so I put my feet down into these bread bags, so like so, and that keeps my feet dry and warmer than they otherwise would be. All right, getting on the trail for day 3. So I'm hiking out today. Today's distance is about 14 miles, but it's almost all downhill. I'm going to start out on the Douglas Springs Trail and take that down into the cactus forest where there should be no snow at all. And then I'm going to head back to the Tanque Verde trailhead. That's today's plan. Okay, this is our last view of Mica Mountain. That's where I came from. And now I'm kind of in this desert grassland, still in transition zone. Probably about 48 to 4,900 feet elevation. This is the way we're going. That is Tanque Verde Peak and Tanque Verde Ridge. That's actually where I was hiking out yesterday to get down to Cowhead Saddle. On the other side of that is Juniper Basin where I camped on night one. Gorgeous Catalinas and Reddington Pass behind me. It's getting hot out. I'm below 3,700 feet now. It's all like desert plants at this point. It's just cactus and acacia, stuff like that. So we got another few hundred feet to descend before we're in the actual cactus forest where all the saguaro are. Alrighty, so I'm going to continue on along this tank here. Let's see if there's anything in it. Nope. Bone dry. Let's see, this is weird, but I think the trail's actually down here. Okay, here's a junction. And I can't believe it, but I'm still descending. Look in the direction we're going. That out there on the left is Carrillo Dam, and you can kind of see the trail to its right. I have a pretty good view of Tanque Verde Ridge up there. That's where I was yesterday. All that out there is the cactus forest. I need to traverse all that desert terrain. First I need to cross this wash. I don't know what it's called, but looks like it's flowing. Okay, this is the last little descent into the cactus forest. I'm still on the Carrillo Trail. It's very low deserty feeling. Pretty hot out here. I'm at about 2,700 feet. So that's compared to where we topped out at about 7,000 feet on this trip. That's got to be from a lightning strike. Now that I'm going south, kind of have this cool vantage point. I can see all of Tanque Verde Ridge. So I hiked up all of that on day 1 and day 2. And I have to follow the whole way out here in the cactus forest and get right out there where the car is. Finishing a little road walk, almost back to the car.